Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today video we are going to discuss about Kubernetes pod crash loopback off issue. So actually there is a difference between image pullback off issue and pod crash loopback off issue. So in image pullback off issue, the pod itself is not able to pull the image from the container registries, but in pod crash loopback off issue, the pod basically get the image but it didn't start the container. So there are difference between both of the issues. So let's understand what is crash loopback of issue. So Kubernetes crash loopback of issue is generally occur when a pod successfully pull the docker image and start running but crashes repeatedly due to errors. It indicates that the container is stuck in a loop of restarting and failing. So in this particular case, the Kubernetes pod get the docker image which is required to run your application, but it is not, it is basically starting the container and it is stopping the container, and it run in this particular loop itself. That time basically it happened like after doing a multiple attempt, the status you will see in a logs called crash loopback off. So let's understand what is the common causes when this particular crash loopback off issue occurs. So the very first thing we will see application error. The application inside the containers encounter runtime error or crash due to misconfiguration. So the very first thing, application code error, it could happen like it is basically not able to provide the runtime which is required to run your applications, or you have some kind of misconfiguration in your what is called in your application code. The second thing, missing dependencies. The container cannot access required resources like configuration files, databases, or APIs. That time definitely you will see these issues like if you are using your application and that wants to connect to the particular database, then there is some connectivity issue, or somehow basically the container itself cannot communicate to your database. That time basically you will see this crash loop back of issue. Third scenario of third region, basically improper environment variables. If you are missing any environment variables in your application, then definitely it will start preventing your application or your containers. That time definitely you will see a crash loopback of issue. Another region, resource limit. Maybe whatever the resource you have allocated in your ML file or in your manifest file that are not sufficient to run your applications. That time you will see this particular issue. And misconfigured health probes like liveness or readiness probes, basically we defined in our deployment manifest file. If they are not configured incorrect, they are correctly, that time the pod or the container will not start and it will do a multiple attempt and it will basically show the status crash loop back off. So these are the common causes with the because of these regions, the you will your pod status you will see a crash loop back off. Now let's see how we can troubleshoot Kubernetes pod crash loopback of issue. So the very first thing generally we see the pod status. So for that definitely we need to run kubectl get pods command. So as soon as you run the command, you will see the status of your pod is crash loopback off. Then you will check or you can inspect the logs. Okay, what happened generally when like this pod is trying to start. So you will see all the detail logs. The third thing, you can check the events. So for that you have to run kubectl describe pod and pod name commands. So basically you will see the particular events like why the container is not starting. And the next thing, if you will not find anything, then definitely you will try to run the locally your container. So what you will do, you will download the image on your local system and you will try to run your container from that particular image. Next thing you will see, you will basically validate all the environment variables like whatever you have declared in your manifest file. Third, you will see a resource allocation, like verify if your CPU and memory settings in ML file are correct, or if you have to increase the limit, maybe the insufficient resources you are getting in events, then you have to increase the resources size in your manifest file. Next thing, you will check debug health probes. So misconfigured liveness or readiness probes can cause restart. So to confirm it temporarily, you can remove those things like probes from your manifest file, and without that basically you will try to run your container. So you will easily identify, okay, if these probes are causing the issue to start the container. Like if, and another thing, analyze crash report. If your application produce a crash report or logs critical errors, then basically you will investigate the complete crash report, so you will easily identify, okay, what is happening inside my container, inside my applications. So these are the common troubleshootings, basically task which you can perform to fix the crash loop back off issue for your Kubernetes basically. So that's all for today. See you in next video. Thank you so much.